This is your girl Ray Ray giving you the 914 for today, and the 914 for today is chasing pavements. As we all can see, I'm sitting outside in front of my house on the porch, and there's a little pathway leading to an open street. There's another sidewalk, there's a street, and there's a building in front of us. And as you can see, the sky is so fucking beautiful. Oh my God, you guys. Take nothing for granted. Take nothing for granted. But yeah, this video is going to be about chasing pavements. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because none of us know why we were born into this world. Okay? We all have parents. We all have grandparents, great-grandparents, and so forth and so on. Plenty of ancestors to put to the roster of the family tree. But anyway, to make a long story short, why were we born? Why were we born into this existence? Now, me personally, I don't know how you feel about your life, but this is how I feel about mine. My life is very important right now at this point in time in my life. I'm 44 years old, so I'm feeling that my life is important. I don't know why I was born. I don't know why I came to the planet Earth. I don't know why I was born to the parents I was born to. Because basically, my parents were not in love with each other. I think they were in lust. My birth was not planned. My parents were not married. I ended up in foster care. I ended up getting adopted into the family that adopted me and my brother. And my other siblings, I became separated from because of my mother's choices. Now, a lot of people are complaining about the single mother, the single black mother. And a lot of their findings is very correct. Very correct. If you're a black woman, you have very little money, and you like to go to clubs and other social events, which doesn't require getting to know anyone on a real level, you should not be having children. Okay? A lot of people complain about Tommy Sotomayor. A lot of people complain about different YouTubers on YouTube that say the exact same thing I'm saying. And you know what? They are completely correct. Because when you give birth to children that are not planned or unwanted, what you're doing, you're giving birth to hate. Okay? The child comes into the world. It already knows that you hate it, and the rest of the world hates it for whatever reason. It could be skin color, it could be religion, it could be whatever. But my thing is, and my message is to black women everywhere, stop having children that you don't want. Never mind if you're married. Never mind if you're divorced. Never mind if you're single. You sisters, you girls, you go out there to these fucking clubs. You go to libraries. You go to laundromats. You go wherever you can find a man of whatever race it is. I don't care if he's black. I don't care if he's white. I don't care if he's Asian. I don't care if he's Hispanic. I don't care if he's Native American. You know, a lot of you sisters, you go out, you have sex with all these different dudes. It's a different dude every fucking night. And then what ends up happening when you have sex without using any kind of birth control, and you should be using birth control, but some of you don't. But anyway, you're not using birth control, and now 9 months later you get pregnant. You give birth to a baby that you don't want. And you know what ends up happening to that baby? It grows up in environments of drugs, violence, murder, rape. Everything that's wrong with America now, that's what the children are being born into. And you're not thinking about what the fuck you're doing. You need to keep your legs closed. And you know, a few years when I met my biological mother, and she told me that she was not prepared to be a parent, and I told her specifically, I said, well, if you didn't use condoms, if you didn't use any kind of birth control, why didn't you just keep your legs closed? She had no intentions of keeping her legs closed, and she had no intentions of getting abortions or anything like that. She did get abortions through the system. The system afforded her abortions. And what I mean by that is, a lot of women, what they do, they get pregnant, then they put the baby up for adoption, or the baby goes into foster care system, which is terrible things to go through. Being a child, being a baby, being a teenager, and you're completely on your own. Nobody wanted you, nobody loved you, nobody cares about you. It's a terrible feeling. Even if you do get lucky and you get adopted, you're not really wanted there neither. And sometimes they'll say it out loud, sometimes they'll say it through actions. But you know, you're not wanted. So this is my message to the young women that go out and get pregnant and have babies you really fucking don't want. Let's be honest. And a lot of you motherfuckers, you're up on YouTube, you're hating on YouTubers that are calling you out, they're calling you hood rats, they're calling you bitches, they're calling you sluts, they're calling you whores. And that's exactly what the fuck you are. You're a whore, you're a slut, you're a bitch, you're a no-name, you're a drop shot, you're off-brand, you're a no-name motherfucker. Why would you bring a child into this world knowing you can't take care of it? I'm a woman. I'm 44 years old and I don't have one child. I never got pregnant. I never had to worry about birth control, miscarriages, adoption, foster care. I didn't have to worry about none of that bullshit. But I did have to worry about the other bullshit that came with my existence, which was certain choices I made. So yes, Tommy Sotomayor is correct about that. And he's correct when he talks about the BT 1000, the WT 1000, the LT 1000. He's talking about women from different races, not just the black race, but every race that is angry and that are violent women. And why are they so violent? Why are they so angry? Why are they so emotional? Because they were unwanted babies. I don't care if the mother kept the child or not and raised the child until the child got to a certain age. If you look at that HBO show that used to come on HBO, it was called The Wire, you would see exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not lying. Just look around the black community. Look around every community in America where people are poor, where people are struggling to make a living every day, and you will see what I'm talking about. And a lot of these women are having babies that they don't want, unwanted children. And these children were not aborted, but they were aborted at different times in their life. Imagine you having a child and keeping the child until the child was 5, and then all of a sudden you decide to put the child in foster care. or you decide to put the child up for adoption, you know how that child feels? So yeah, this is the 914 for today. Chasing pavements. Looking to the future. Not knowing what your purpose is. And this is a real video. You can view it. I don't never ask people who view my videos to subscribe to my page. I never ask for money. I don't want none of that. I just want my voice to be heard. If you see this video, share it. Just share the video. There's plenty of people that feel like the way I feel. Thank you, Tommy Sotomayor, for airing it. Thank you, Louis Farrakhan, for coming out and saying what was going on in your young life. Thank you, Malcolm X, for saying what was going on in your life as a child. You don't believe me? Read. Read books. A Child Called It. Come on, where does that come from? The Girl Next Door, where do you think that comes from? Women that give birth to children they don't want. This is your girl Ray Ray, and that's the 914 for today. Let's be real. And we are chasing pavements, even if we have to chase it together. It's your girl Ray Ray. 914. Peace out, New York love.